Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Today I am showing you how to achieve my updated flawless skin routine. As you can see right now, I am very even and glowing and I have this little flush going on, but it's nothing too intense. It takes about 10 minutes to do. If I'm not talking through it, I can get it done even quicker. So with that being said, let's jump into the video so you can find out how to get this look. Alright, so to start, I am going to prime my skin, and for that I'm using two MAC products. I am using the Time Check lotion, it's from their mineralized line, and I will also be using the Prep and Prime Skin. So I just do one pump of each. Just like that, comes about a pea size, and then I mix it between my fingers and I will start applying it to my face, as you can see here. Start from the center and kind of work it in to where I feel like my pores are most pronounced. And then I work that toward the outer perimeters where I don't need as much primer. And then also just kind of pat it in. Alright, so that's it for primer. For foundation, I will be using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW10 with a very damp beauty blender. I'm just going to put a little bit on the sponge. I forgot to bring the palette out, so I'll just dispense it as I need it. But I use a little bit at a time and I shear it out because I don't need it to be full coverage that the Fix Plus can actually give. Or Studio Fix Fluid, not Fix Plus. As you can see, I'm just pressing, I'm not really swiping. And there are some areas where I still might need more coverage, so I'll go over with a little bit more foundation. And then I will swipe under my jawline here just to ensure that it blends onto my neck. I do like to avoid the line of demarcation. But shearing it out like this just gives the right coverage without it looking heavy and cakey. So I'm taking a little bit more and I'm going to do my other cheek. And then a little bit more for the chin and nose. Now I'm going to do one more and do my forehead and add a little bit more here. A little bit of redness on my chin that just doesn't seem to want to heal and lighten up. So we cover it up with foundation. Alright, so that's it for foundation, pretty basic. Next I'm going to conceal my under eye area. I also like to put the concealer on my lids just to balance everything, so I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Concealer in Fair Neutral. I'm a very pale person, so I have to use the lightest shade in everything, and among certain brands it's hard to find what works. Urban Decay and MAC usually tend to have what I need. And a little bit more on the redness. Because once it blends out, it's not really that brightening on me. So, beauty blender. And then I use the pointy part for the eye area. And I'm just going back and forth. Just pressing, no swiping. Really making sure to get that inner corner. It just makes such a big difference. And pressing will still maintain coverage, but with Beauty Blender it also just does the right amount of product. Beauty Blender picks up all the excess. So now I'm going to do the other side. And I know this seems like it takes a little bit of time, but this is just for the liquids part. Once I start getting into powder, the rest of it goes pretty quick. We're about 7 minutes in. And I also like to just kind of pat this over my drawn-on brows to ensure that there isn't any line, you know, of skin right above or below the brow that didn't get covered. And I just really like going back and forth right underneath the eye where I have my fine lines and other little creases going on to just ensure that any excess concealer does get picked up. Now to set my under eye, I am going to use Emphasize from MAC. It is a pro product. It's about $17 off the website. I am not a MAC pro, however, you can still buy it on the site. To apply that, I'll be using the e.l.f. small tapered brush. It's $3 at Target. And I'm just going to look up and gently pat. No swiping, just patting. And if you're really pale like me, it's not impossible to go overboard with this stuff, but almost. And it's just back and forth patting. And then also on the eyelid. And I swear this combination is like the best primer for the lid I've ever used. And once I have all that powder on, then I can start dusting. But initially you just want to pat it in. So we're almost halfway there. Next I'm going to set the rest of my face, and for that I'm going to use the Dermablend Professional. It's just a translucent powder, it's a loose powder, and to apply that I'm going to use the MAC 150. It's just a large powder brush. And then load up the brush and then tap off the excess. And then once again I start pressing, and I like to start pressing from, you know, like the center, so center of the forehead and out, because right here is where I make the most, you know, lines and so on when I'm making facial expressions, so I like to set that first. That's also where my face tends to produce a little bit more oil for that particular area, that T. And then I'm going to press it into my cheek, and then swirl. So it's not heavy, it seems like a lot, but when you do a lot of like little layers, it doesn't look heavy at all. And we set the nose and the chin and the upper lip. And I'll still dust the eye area too. We are almost done. And we are now about 10 minutes in. So final steps, I bought this Peach Face Compact from the Nutcracker Sweet collection that MAC did for holiday this year. It has a blush and a highlight. The highlight is an Extra Dimension Skin Finish called Tutu, and the blush is an Extra Dimension blush called At Dusk. And to apply both of those, I'm going to use the MAC 109, so I'm going to pick up some blush first and start buffing this into my cheek. And it's just really natural flush. And I still make the funny fish face like people do for contouring, but I do this for applying blush. I don't contour. I just haven't found a contour shade that works. So once again, same brush, same compact. Now I'm going to pick up that highlighter, and this stuff is amazing, so I really load up the brush. And I apply it to the top of the cheekbone and over the blush, up around here as you can see. I think this highlighter is incredible. And I'll take some on the side of the brush here and just put it under the brow. Down the nose, Cupid's bow. and chin. And then I'll always grab a little bit more blush and just make sure that the blush doesn't get completely covered by the highlighter. Alright, so for my final step here, I'm just going to use some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix to set everything, and that completes this flawless skin. This is my current routine. So I zoomed you in here so you can kind of see closer up how things look. Just nice, glowy, flawless. You look like you're filtered, but you know, it's just really good makeup. So that is how I do my face every day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have any requests, just post them down below in the comments, and I would love to get your requests and make a video for you on that, you know, if it's appropriate. And you know, tell your friends and family about this if you think they would enjoy it. Tell them to subscribe and give me some support. I really do want to grow my channel and, you know, share what works for me. So with that being said, thank you so much for your time today and for watching this video, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.